Welcome back, friends. After my last video, I've recently fallen down the unsolved internet mysteries rabbit hole and discovered that Reddit is flooded with the unsolved, the unexplainable, and the unreal. Specifically the r/RBI subreddit. For those unaware, the r/RBI subreddit stands for the Reddit Bureau of Investigations, where Redditors use the internet to solve strange and potentially dangerous situations in the real world. I found so many of these topics, but the problem is there's only a select few that are really interesting enough to warrant their own video. So I came up with this. Just a compilation of 3 of the most interesting cases that I was able to find, and put them into one single video. So dim the lights, sit back, and enjoy these 3 bizarre r/RBI mysteries. This video will contain content that some may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. I'm a genealogist, and I recently learned that my grandfather's cousin went missing in 1990. Upon asking him about it, he seemed surprised and said that he heard from the cousin around 9 years ago, wanting to get back in with the family. But he ignored it. He does not have any of her contact information anymore. According to some sites, they believe they found her body in a ditch a year after the disappearance. However, I know now that that is not the case. What do I do? Do I notify some government person and tell them that she's indeed alive? Do I let it be? Any advice would be appreciated. So OP learns that their grandfather's cousin went missing over 30 years ago. Yet when they confront their grandfather about it, he says the cousin is alive and well. Or at least they were as of 9 years ago. Presumably, the cousin's body was found just over a year after her disappearance, which makes things just a tad more difficult for OP. It's entirely possible that the cousin faked her own death for whatever reason 30 years ago, only to just now want to get back in the fold with their family. But if that's all it is, then whose body did they find in the ditch? Hi, I live in Toronto, and my Google Nest doorbell cam caught this middle-aged old white guy who came in his car trying to enter my house. I was asleep, so I was unaware, but he rang the doorbell like 4 times, rummaged through the mailbox, probably to find keys, and tried to open the door. He stood there for like 3 minutes, and then finally went back into his car and left. My question is, why the hell me? No idea who he is, and he wasn't doing this door to door either. He either picked my home randomly, or, worst case, he knows who I am. Any idea what's going on? This one sort of hit me in a way not a lot of things do. Home intrusion has become a sort of fear of mine over the past couple of years since becoming a father, and it's stories like this that really make the hair on the back of my neck stand up. Thankfully, the door was locked, because if it hadn't been, OP never would have known until it was too late. One of the comments stated that hopefully this is just some guy who had the wrong address and was trying to visit a friend or family member and went to the wrong house by accident, which we can only hope was the case. I'm a high school student who stays pretty low-key. I don't have many friends or people I see/talk to on a regular basis. The other day I received a text message from an unknown number stating my name and accusing my boyfriend of cheating on me. However, when I asked for additional details, like his name, they were unable to provide me with such. She claimed he was over at her house, but I have his location on Apple Maps. After I added her username on Snap to see her quote-unquote evidence, I immediately called my boyfriend, who was extremely confused. The girl, who claimed to be named Isabella, then sent me screenshots from conversations of her and my boyfriend that I was aware of. I had sent him her username and was on FaceTime screen share the whole time. She then proceeded to threaten my boyfriend. Authorities were called, but I'm not sure they can do much, given that quote-unquote Isabella kept changing her name on Snapchat. I'm very worried that there's someone out there to get me, and I don't know who it is. My relationship with my boyfriend is public, even on social media, and I talk very openly about it. The fact that she couldn't tell me my boyfriend's name makes me think the person doesn't know me very well. Does anybody have any possible explanations, or at least something to help me go to bed at night? Believe it or not, unfortunately there are people like this out in the world, and I've even had something similar happen to my wife and I. It's truly a creepy experience, knowing that someone is out there focused on trying to ruin what two people have between them, presumably for their own benefit. Fortunately, the comments were quick to let OP know that this is pretty clearly a scam, where the scammer demands you pay them, just so they can prove to know more than they actually do. But at the end of the day, a threat is a threat. And I think OP would be better off setting their social media accounts to private, so that hopefully this doesn't happen to them again. Better safe than sorry. The world of Reddit seems to be a haven for stories and mysteries like these, and holds countless other bizarre cases to dig through if one is so inclined to do so. I plan on making more of these videos every now and then, when I've compiled more stories that pique my interest as much as these did. Let me know what you guys thought of these stories down in the comments. Subscribe if you're new here, and click that like button if you want. This has been Astronaut, and until next time, I'll see you around.